What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Car Talk. I'm Ryan, joined as always by Tyler and Lou. And today's episode is going to be what I believe one for the ages. I think this is the first episode in a minute. We don't have an agenda, so we're just gonna roll with it. Tyler's fired up. Lou's ready to start, and we're gonna start this morning with what's on your mind.
All right, you go first.
You can go first.
No, you go first.
I don't know what's on my mind. Tyler's energy's on my mind right now.
All right, Tyler, you go first.
I'm going first?
Yeah, you're going.
Is this going to happen?
Yep, you're going first.
All right. What's on my mind? What is on my mind is proper football. What's on my mind is Christian Pulisic and Jadon Sancho. Don't give me the counter, all right? This is one macro thing.
Will you keep track of this?
Joao Felix, this kind of wave of prospects that I think over the last 2 years were a big part of, the hobby for the modern soccer stuff. One, all just like aren't playing and kind of down bad. And Mbappe's not doing too hot either. We're in a little bit of a lull-ish period right now, coming off the Euros, start of the Prem. There's been a lot of footy, but that's on my mind because I think it's an opportunity. I do think we're going to see the international stuff pick up. We got World Cup. Again, we're 12 months from a World Cup and kind of in these macro cycles. That's what's on my mind. I'm liking some footy stuff. I kept it short and sweet. How about that?
Yeah,
I got more things to come later. Penn State's 5-0. Penn State's 5-0. We got a big game against Iowa on Saturday. And I like our squad right now.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling confident going into Iowa. Confident.
Yeah, do you think you're better than, all kidding aside, do you think you're better than Iowa? I kind of think you guys are too.
I think so. I really do think so.
Ryan, what do you think?
At Iowa, at Penn State.
At Iowa. Tough pace to play. 4:00 game, though, not a full night game.
And they just beat the hell out of Maryland.
Iowa by 10.
Yeah.
You're such a hater. Iowa put up, I think, 24 points in the second quarter against Maryland. Two, his younger brother threw 3 picks in a row on 3 straight drives.
Wild
don't get
game.
fooled. So don't get fooled.
But that's what they do.
Against, not a
I get it, but they do it every
quarterback.
Week. They get like 3 wins a game.
They haven't played Jahan Dotson.
Ooh.
Don't give me a
You know who does stink?
Give it to me.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know. It kind of hurts.
Stink.
But you know who? The Big Ten in general is nice right now. Michigan State. Michigan State's 12.
Yeah.
I mean, Michigan and Michigan State might both be in the top.
The Big Ten has 5 teams in the top 12, right?
I think so.
Michigan, Iowa, Penn State, Michigan State, and Ohio State.
Yeah.
Ohio State's in the top 12?
They're 7th.
Yeah.
They're ahead of Michigan.
That's so stupid. Okay, whatever.
Why?
What? They shouldn't be a top 12 team.
A good team early on.
They just lost to Stanford. It's like transitive property stuff, but I don't know.
I like the transitive property, but can't reverse
you guys
it
were
back.
like one possession away from losing to Rutgers, who we just beat by 50.
Who's you guys? I'm a Georgia Bulldogs fan.
Brother.
Oh my goodness! You hear this?
This guy.
All right, what's on your mind, Lou? Let's go.
My family goes to Georgia. That's where I go. All right, so here's what I'm thinking about. The Jets are going to be 3-3 facing Joe Burrow in a few weeks, and I'm just mentally gearing up for that. That's the next Jets home game, so that's week. I think I had a breakthrough with Zach this weekend, so I'm just that's where all my energy is. I've been thinking about it ever since the game ended. I've watched that clip of that touchdown throw 50 times already. I'm just really excited. On the Cards front, however, I've been thinking a lot. About basketball. I know we're going to talk about basketball a little bit more, but I've been looking into making some buys of LeBron. Kind of been thinking about Luka's again. So that's where my energy is right now.
Potential MVP? Is that a potential MVP right there?
It's a decent pay for MVP, to be fair. Probably get good odds on that.
If you're listening, I was holding up a 2015 Devin Booker Silver Prism. I'm pretty excited about where he's going.
Yeah.
Right. It's over to you.
As soon as Lou said the Jets are going to be 3-3, I looked at their schedule, and I'm like, if the Jets, figure it out and get on a little bit of roll here, they may. I mean, they have potential. They play some bad teams coming up.
The Jets have potential to be like what you would consider to be a scrappy team.
I'm just hoping they go the wrong way and they don't win as many games because remember you and I talked about this, and I would love to be right. Falcons, Patriots, Bengals, Colts, Bills, Dolphins, Texans, Eagles, Saints, Dolphins, Jags. Those teams stink.
Yeah, it's the Patriots, the Bills, and
Bengals.
the Bengals. And after that, it's like kind of like sneaky, interesting games. Like I think they can win 6 games. That's what I think. That's what I've always thought. 6 or 7. I think that's what I said actually.
I think you did say that. I think you did say that.
I think you said 7.
Quincy Williams is a monster.
Quincy's awesome.
He's one of those dudes that like helps change things because he came out of nowhere and then he's a piece. And you need
John
those.
Michael Myers, same way. He got cut by the
Monster.
Seahawks. Monster.
Yeah, Jets. I'll be honest. Jets have a lot of dudes I never heard of, but I watched that game the other day against Titans, and like Quincy Williams, dude. I mean,
He was playing.
There was guys starting in the defensive backfield for the Jets who I've never heard of, and I watch the team every week. Like some guy named Dunn. I don't know. Like shout out to that guy. Like I have no idea who that is.
Well, my man Cole. I wasn't too deep on my man Cole, and he was out there making
Keelan
plays.
Cole. Yeah, he's at least like a halfway of a name. Like he played for the Jets. People know who that guy is. Like there's guys in the defensive secondary for the Jets who have never played in the NFL other than for the Jets.
all right.
What a franchise.
What's
on your mind?
Texted you guys about it this weekend, right when it happened, but I was able to acquire a complete 1952 baseball set this weekend. We've kind of I had talked about it before when somebody said, like what are you trying to pick up? What's really on your grail list? And to be able to get a complete set, never really intended to buy the whole set. Really wanted a mantle, but the guy wanted to, sell it together. I thought it was kind of a cool thing. To be able to buy that this weekend was
Where'd you pick it up?
The Nashville Card Show.
And how'd it go down? You were going like when you went to Nashville, the classic ride. You walk in. Was that even on your mind?
No. So we were walking around. It was like the second day. So it was Saturday, right? So we get there Friday, scouting it out, just seeing what's around, and making some plays. Buy a couple things.
Couple plays.
Come back Saturday, right? And we're walking around, and somebody comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, watch your stuff on YouTube, and you buy cool stuff. Do you want to buy a 52 top set?" And I'm like that's just not something you get asked very often. Yeah. I'm like, is this like real? I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, what is it? And he's like, well, my buddy has it and he's here and he's showing it to a dealer. If you want to see it, let me know. I'm like, yeah, sure. If it doesn't work out, just keep me in mind. And he comes back over and he's like, hey, he's got an offer. Do you still want to look at it? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I want to see it.
Yeah.
And
play it cool.
Yeah. I'm like, it's an entire briefcase and it's, you open it up and he's like, they're in order, right? 1 through 407. And first thing is like, where's the mantle? And shows the mantle, and it's centered pretty nice. It's creased. It's got a little sunspot on it.
What number's the mantle in the set?
311. So, and then we talked about, like the Eddie Matthews is card 407. It's one of the harder cards to find, and the Jackie Robinson's got good color. It's got a little pinhole in it, so it's a PSA 1. The Maze is a 1. So yeah.
So funny thinking about the pinhole on the Jackie,
it was
that. So 52 tops, that thing probably 52. Someone born in what would it be? That'd be like 39. If 39 will put you at 13 years old in 1952. 13, 14, you're playing baseball, big fan, get the Jackie, pin it up on your freaking corkboard in your room, like somewhere. And now it's in your collection, encased in PSA. That's pretty cool to think about.
Yeah. We talked about it with the guy that I bought it from. But there's like 1,300, I actually think that's 1,311 mantles graded through PSAs. So we talked about like how many sets could actually be in existence if there's only 1,311 mantles graded. So yeah, it's one of those things that, I believe in sports cards. I do this for a living, and, it was it's been a grail for a long time, right? When you first start collecting, I've been in this really hardcore since '06, right? That's been the card, right? That's you go to shows. I've probably been to quite a few shows in my time in cards, and to see that card so much and to see it talked about, it's just kind of like the mecca of sports cards. So to be able to grab a card like that and the whole complete set, it's one of those things that it's cool, but I don't plan on moving it anytime soon.
That's amazing. Congrats, Ray.
Thank you.
Good stuff. So that's on your mind. You've been like sleeping with it. Where's it? You kind of keeping it on your bedside table.
No, got a complete set. It's
putting it right next to the Haskins National Treasures that you got.
You said Haskins?
Yeah.
I don't have any Haskins NTs.
Your boy 12 gauge.
You don't?
No, not true NT.
Did.
No, I did buy while we're on the topic of purchases this weekend and NT, I bought a Stafford NT.
Oh, that's a good job. It's a Hall of Famer if it all plays out how it's looking like it's going to play out.
Multicolor, BGS 99.
Can we, now that you went from Stafford, I'm going to go real quick and say Big Ben is like maybe got 2 games left in his career.
He should retire now.
He should just come out and shut it down. I mean, I think we were early on the chatter, by the way.
He'll never retire, but he looked awful last week.
He's looked awful every game this year.
He missed Juju on a couple balls early, and I think it was like
he's just finished. It happens.
That's the cliff that everybody kept saying Brady was going to fall off on,
and he just never did.
And Big Ben rode off first.
The crazy thing is that Brady overshadows that Gronk has like died 40 times on the field, almost got his whole arm amputated, and is still just out there balling, broken ribs now.
Yeah, people are like, why does he always retire? It's like, because he gets absolutely destroyed every week.
He runs through like 40 dudes a game.
He's like the biggest human ever. Like, it's impossible to tackle him. He gets like mauled. Of course he needs to retire.
Yeah, come back.
All right, guys, we are back. My apologies. Had to fix the old Wi-Fi here. Apparently wasn't up to par, up to standards with Ty and Lou's, expectations. So that's on me, guys. I take full ownership of that. It won't happen again.
Credit to you for doing that. Ty, did you catch like accent that he did
on Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Run that back. You're right. Run that back for me. Wi-Fi. I didn't use you with the Wi-Fi.
Sorry, my bad.
Respect. That was great.
I'll do better, guys. I'll do better.
That was great.
Yeah, listen.
But I do want to talk that NBA is coming back. Watch some preseason last night. RJ
Barrett. I'm a homer, right? Everyone's going to be in the comments. We're all homers. We all like our teams. That's how we roll. I think RJ Barrett's going to have a good season. I really do.
Are the Knicks going to have a good season?
I think they are. I think they're going to be a good team.
What quantifies a good season?
They'll be a playoff team for sure. I believe they are a playoff team. 6 seed, 5 seed, 6 seed.
Wow.
I mean, bro, I'm saying we're going to finish 5th in the conference. Like
anything playoffs is good. No playoffs would be bad.
No playoffs would be a disaster.
Okay.
Coming off last year. Yeah.
How are we feeling at this point with the upcoming draft class? How are we feeling going into the season with some of the guys that we have high expectations for?
Feels like there's not a lot of energy for like their cards. Like, I don't think people are like fired up to get a Cade Cunningham. You know what I mean?
I don't think so either.
I haven't gotten that feeling at all.
Do you think the lack of product is the reason for that?
I think it's a big piece of the puzzle.
I think that COVID, college basketball, LaMelo was so big off the back of Zion. I think that there's so much young talent in the NBA. Just these media cycles happen. Like, where'd Cade play at Oklahoma State? He was good. I don't think he's electric. And then going on down the line, like
Jalen Green, Mobley.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to just go out there and say my guy Josh Giddey, who got drafted 6th for the Thunder, we did a live interview with him for 1:37 p.m. My man was out there balling last night. Thunder, they got a lot of ammo. I mean, completely biased because I got to interview him, but that's going to be my rookie that I ride. See what happens. But that's why I don't think there's too much energy on them. The COVID, college basketball kind of got buried. March Madness over the place. Like just this last 2 years, plus you got LaMelo, you got Zion, you got, still Luka, these young guys in the league. And it's like, sometimes it just happens like that.
See, I feel – go ahead, Lou.
Nope.
So I feel like this is the effect of having a full off season for the first time in 2 seasons.
Okay.
So I think it died off. We talked about it, right? Where the NBA was going to die once the season ended, and it did, right? It was a much longer off season than we had in the past, especially with COVID when you played through the bubble. Then you come back after a month, 6 weeks off, comes back, and it's just the NBA never ended. Now the NBA is completely ended. It hasn't been on for a while. Football was back. College football was back. Baseball, didn't need basketball. Baseball is getting ready to wrap up. Football's in the heart of the season. I think once basketball gets going and products start coming out, basketball will really, really take off. We've said it before on Card Talk, right? If you go back through the clips, basketball is what runs the card market.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying Jalen Green and Suggs and Mobley and Giddey and all those guys are going to be superstars and they're going to sell for a ton. But basketball in general, I think it's really going to take off here before too long. Once the season starts and once, guys are putting up 45 and 10 once a week, it's going to matter. It's being on every day really helps the NBA.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think there was it was like an unfortunate start to like the NBA news cycle again, like that, like the whole, like all the press conferences and all that shit. But I think like
because of what vaccine stuff.
Yeah, it just was like bad energy.
Overshadowed,
yeah, overshadowed it. Like it should be like a fun time, like basketball's back, all that, and it kind of got taken over by the other thing. And I do think once the games start, like that'll help everyone get back into it again. But I do, I wonder if there's like a hangover of like there was too much hype on these 2 rookies for 2, like, you know what I mean? Like it was so much hype and there was so much NBA energy. Like I wonder if people are gonna have to like ease back into it. And I wonder if there might be like this weird thing where the card values don't jump up the way they normally would. And like sort of as things get going, guys get back, like card values start to go up like in season, which is a little bit abnormal, I would say.
I'm just way more excited to watch LaMelo in his second year, and he's like 19, than I am to watch Cade Cunningham come into the league.
Yeah, but Ty, I think your point is all agreed. I'm not saying I'm not more excited to watch LaMelo. I can't argue that. But I think your point about like the college basketball thing, COVID, a lot of that plays into that. Like very similar to last year. A lot of these guys we've never seen play before, right? Like when March Madness was taken away, we didn't get like, I don't know. I think it's different. So as the season gets going and someone like Jalen Suggs hit that shot from the logo on Monday night, right? As the season gets going, some of these guys, somebody's going to do something from this draft class and will add excitement. I
was laughing because I got trolled by 2 different people in the DMs. I guess our boy Taylor Horton Dogger had a nice preseason showing.
People that guy.
Love that guy. It's crazy. Braun said one thing about him like 18 months ago, and he's still rocking off it.
Good for him.
I mean, what squad? That squad's going to be...
Are they the favorites?
Westbrook, Melo, Braun, AD, and then Dwight Howard.
Who do you think I'm sure we'll do predictions eventually, but like...
The betting favorite, I would imagine, is the
Lakers or Nets? Yeah.
Not the Bucks. Probably the Nets.
I don't think so. Probably Nets. Or Nets, Lakers. I'm gonna check real quick.
Nets. The Nets got what's his name? Australian point guard to back up Kyrie.
Championship. Lakers are the Nets are plus 230. The Lakers are plus 375, and the Bucks are plus 850, and the Warriors are plus 1,000.
Wow.
I think that the Warriors, Steph Curry,
sneaky.
If I'm looking into stuff, I'm looking at Steph Curry. It's going to be a solid clip, really, which I'm excited to see. Is they're trying to do much less like jump into people fouls.
Oh, I did see that last night. Curry tried to draw that contact and
Yeah, the Blazers tweeted.
heaved it up, and they're like, "Yeah, no, not
The
happening."
Blazers tweeted like, "Yeah, not this year. Sorry, guy." Okay. Durant or LeBron of their core set of cards going into this year. What are you looking at?
LeBron.
Lou?
Yeah.
KD. I think he's going to play more. I think KD has a shot to win an MVP. I don't think LeBron can win an MVP this year.
Westbrook or Kyrie?
Westbrook.
It's going to be interesting to see who ends up playing more games. I'd probably go Westbrook.
You don't think Westbrook will play much either? You think he'll get hurt? Or Kyrie potentially just might not play because
it was more just like a little needle.
But,
yeah, I got it.
Luka or Giannis?
Luka or Giannis? I gotta say Giannis. I think Luka's amazing, but I just think the Bucks. I mean, Giannis has won 2 MVPs. Giannis has now won a championship. Giannis could never achieve either of those again, and he's a Hall of Fame player. And to do those things is incredibly difficult. Look at LeBron's career. Look at the seasons LeBron's put together and not won MVP. And so there's just circumstantial stuff. Like, do I think Luka could surpass it? Sure. But even just to go 2 MVPs and a title is another 24 months of like, oh my goodness, is the best player in the NBA dominating. And there's a lot of good players.
LaMelo or Zion?
LaMelo. I just think LaMelo has it all. Like, I think LaMelo's game is crazy. I think LaMelo's getting mentored by Jordan. Not that Zion isn't. Zion's Jordan athlete, I think.
I feel like MJ.
I just think his game. No, but I'm 92% certain he lives in literally the same building directly under him.
MJ doesn't strike me as a mentor.
Lou, yeah, no kidding. Lou, LaMelo or Zion? This year for cards.
LaMelo. There just seems to, isn't there like some weird like Zion New Orleans stuff going on?
I have no idea.
I thought there was like some rumblings of like, hey, there's issues. Like he kind of.
I like guards more than big men. And Zion's unreal, but
I did a show with Aaron and Nate yesterday, and we were talking about the Luka base prism.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think I'll give you 2 questions. Number 1, what do you think the price of a Luka base PSA 10 is right now, and what do you think it should be? Like, what do you think the proper value is?
Is it about $750?
It's $800.
Proper value. I mean,
I think that's proper.
Like, what would you feel comfortable paying for a Luka right now?
For a Luka, I'd put. I just said, how much is 0.2 ETH? I would pay like I'd pay.
That's probably about right.
Cash $650. Yeah, it's right around 0.2 ETH for Luka.
0.2 ETH is like where I would start to feel good about it. It's weird because like the card definitely settled, but there's still like a little bit of juice in it that is like keeping it over. Cause I think Trey is like 275. Jason Tatum's like 450. I think. There's just a little extra juice on the Luka still.
What's Zion at?
I think like 450.
I would, if I was to go Luka, I think I'd look to get the mosaic. There's a mosaic where he's kind of doing like the pass.
475 buy it now on eBay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Ty.
Yeah, that's a good card.
I think we can hit on this more in a few weeks when the NBA starts. If you can only buy a couple cards of one person going into the season right now, right before preseason, before anything else, who's the one person? Like, if you're like, I can only buy a couple cards right now, who you buy?
Okay. It's I kind of already mentioned it. It's a little bit homerish, but I also just believe it. I think RJ Barrett can like really be a guy, and the Knicks can really be a squad. And so that's what I'd say.
Lou.
Trey.
That'll be
Icy Trey.
That'll be a pop answer. I would
I love
say
Icy Trey.
Steph Curry.
Steph's going too.
Yeah,
The Warriors
Steph's
are
a
going to
great
win
one.
games. Steph Curry is generational.
Yeah,
He's an
you're
all-time
right.
guy. It's safe, and Steph is probably
You're right.
one of the more liked guys in the NBA.
You're spot on.
I'm going Curry.
What's
win.
what's
Let's
the
put that to the
news
crew.
on
If you're
Clay?
listening to this right now, tweet at us. Tweet at us. Card Talk Pod. Who you're taking?
Only one person.
Only one person. We're gonna track it through the year. We'll send some stuff out to people that respond.
Lou, what were you saying?
What's Clay's return looking like?
I think he's in a good spot.
I thought it was like the end of this year, like December.
Apparently, he's shooting the lights out in practice.
He's gonna come back big balling.
November. So he said at least late November, early December. That's what he said.
Interesting. All right, Lou, real quick. I would love to be kept in the loop a little bit on this. F1, how we looking?
Looking great. Devastating race last weekend. Unfortunate result, as the Europeans would say. Lando Norris had a race in hand, and he gave it up in the rain, which is unfortunate. But Lewis did. I believe Lewis won. My memory's so bad; it's insane.
Yeah, Lewis did win.
Yeah, Lewis won, which put him back in first for the championship, or actually kept him in first for the championship. Back again this weekend. We shall see. Getting down to the wire. I think there's 5 or 6 races left. Prices have definitely settled on F1, I will say. I think there was that initial run up, and then there was the crazy run up of the hype stage. I definitely think things have settled recently over the last 10 to 14 days. But I feel great. I mean, it's got some more stuff back in. Some more things I bought, so I'm excited. I just want all of it.
Ty.
I just was thinking about Jamal Murray a little bit. Trying to figure out when he's coming back.
Isn't he out for most of the year?
It happened in the
He got hurt
playoffs,
late.
right? Yeah, his stuff literally is pennies. Torn ACL on April 12th. Recovery time 7 to 9 months. Yeah.
Yeah, so January.
Yeah, tough scene for him. But he's a good player, and I like his cards.
I do. I know we talked about this briefly a minute ago, but did you guys? I bought that stat for this weekend. Did you guys see any of the highlights from that Rams Cardinals game?
And Kyler, was he being ridiculous again?
The Cardinals are good.
Legit team.
They beat the Rams bad.
You know who else is good? The Raiders.
You think after they got smacked
The Raiders
last night?
They did not get smacked last night. Did you watch the game?
It was 28-14, right?
I know. It was 21-0 at halftime, and they were 1 or 2 plays away from tying the game up. They're a good team. I'm telling you.
I would.
The Raiders?
I would make the argument about the exact opposite of that. I would say Justin Herbert is the real deal.
That's also true. Both can be true. They're both really good.
And I was looking at the schedule. I think the Bills play the Chiefs this weekend. Both teams are
that's Sunday Night Football.
Both teams are 2-2. That's a big game. The Chiefs cannot afford to lose and fall to 3 games behind.
You want to hear something
2
funny?
games behind?
The Bills are 3-1.
No, the Bills are 2-2, aren't they?
No, 3-1.
No, they're 3-1.
Oh, I thought they were 2-2.
Yeah, no, they lost to the Steelers in week 1. Makes no sense, and they just been pulling everybody out of the building.
Oh yeah, that's right.
NFL is a weird sport.
The reset game. That's what I thought was going to happen with the Titans, and then Titans are.
But I mean,
I don't think the Titans are bad. Look, they literally didn't have 2 wide receiver ones,
and they had guys dropping like flies all game.
And they had guys dropping like flies all game, and the Chiefs they came to MetLife. Like MetLife's a tough place to play historically, especially in October.
Everyone knows the fans at MetLife Stadium are
September and October. It's like you don't want to go there.
Hey, we're a fourth of the way through the season, and the Chiefs are last in the division. Last.
Look, it's hard to be great forever.
The Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders are all 3-1. The Chiefs are 2-2. That's like Lou. We've done this a couple times. Where are we in the panic meter for the Kansas City Chiefs?
I'm not worried about that.
You can't. There's no such thing as the panic
division
meter.
winner or playoff maker.
They could go 0-16. They might sneak. They might backdoor it in playoffs.
They could be this. They could be the last seed, and I'd still be like, till you beat them. I don't know. Right. Look at it this way. Let me ask you a question. Do you think they're not making the playoffs? You think they're not making the playoffs?
I'm not saying they're not
I don't know
going
what
to
to tell
make it.
you.
Listen, but hear me out there. Hear me out on this, right? Let's talk about this. Okay, so Titans, Texans, Colts, Jags. Those teams all stink. Titans will win the division, be 8-8 and get in, or 8-9, 9-8, whatever. They'll get in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. Those teams all stink. Bills will get in. Bills are the best team in the division. They're good, right? They don't stink.
Jets are in second place, so
Jets
they're tied. They're tied.
Tied for second.
They're a good football team.
No, they stink.
How are the Patriots?
You
Okay.
stink.
Then you have the AFC North with the 3-1 Bengals, 3-1 Ravens, 3-1 Browns, and the 1-3 Steelers. Steelers, done. They stink.
Yep.
Browns, Ravens, Bengals. Okay.
You know who doesn't stink? The Packers.
Tied. We're in the AFC. Let's get
Keep going.
let's
I
get
know.
to
Keep
the AFC.
going. But
This is
Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, all 3-1. Chiefs are 2-2. So right now, let's just play this out. Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs. Lou, who are you picking to win the division? Chargers.
Chiefs or the Chargers.
So I'm picking Chargers at this point. Bills, you're saying win the division 3-1. Who are you picking? Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers to win the division.
Probably
Ravens.
the Ravens.
Okay, Ravens. Ravens win the division. And you're picking the Titans, right?
yeah, I mean, the Titans.
So that means you've got
Great football
Bengals,
team.
Browns, Steelers, Raiders, Broncos for two playoff spots.
Yeah, I already looked into this. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. At the end of the season, the Chiefs play the Chargers. They close out the season with the Broncos, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Steelers, the Bengals, the Broncos. So their last 5 games is pretty much gonna decide their season. They have to just hold water from now until then, and then they're probably gonna end up winning the division.
Are you guys ready for the London game? You ready for the Jets to go over to London and go W?
I love a 9:30 football game because then I have the whole day to myself.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
But you know what I'm saying, right? Like all their big games are in the back half of their schedule. So like they can just get warmed up right now and they can play bad right now, and that's fine. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's great. The Chargers beat them again, and they win the division. Chiefs are playing all wild card weekend.
Yeah, it's okay.
I was
Yeah,
just
the
looking
Yankees are
at
playing-
Lamar
Yankees are
I
Jackson
playing
wanted to make
prisms.
the playoffs, but I'm just like, man, there's some good teams in the NFL that are surprising this year.
Yeah, the Yankees are a pretty good team, and they're playing the wild card. You know what I mean?
Happens. The wild card is the perfect spot for anyone that wants to win a Super Bowl. History speaks.
Yeah, it's been long said that when you have no home games in the playoffs, that's actually good.
Yeah, you just want to go on the road and just go right on to the Lombardi Trophy.
Interesting.
Our boy Lamar Jackson, Prism, PSA 10. What do you think it's going for?
That's a good question. Do you know, Rye?
3.25.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 650.
Holy cow! Holy
there.
cow!
Right there.
Tyler,
Right
right
there.
now,
Yeah.
right now, Kyler or Lamar base Prism 10. Who are you taking?
Tyler.
Look at the
I'm
price.
I'm taking Lamar because Lamar's way harder to get 10s.
I would agree.
Kyler might win a Super Bowl.
Lamar 10s are so hard to get.
And every
Like, so hard.
Kyler might win a Super Bowl, and every Cardinals fan can buy a PSA 10.
Yeah, what's the pop? Like 10,000? Something crazy like that? Yeah, 601 pop on Lamar. Yeah, Lamar. This is true, right? Lamar was like a hard one to gem, right? Do you remember
I
that?
don't know. That I don't know.
From what I remember, it was a hard one to gem. 601 PSA 10s is like
Kyler, wow.
Kyler 2369.
That actually doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah, 2300 is not that, 2400 is not really that much.
That's not the worst.
It's 4 times the amount of Lamar.
4
It's
times.
4x. Yeah. 4x.
Interesting. All right. Let's get into. I do want to talk play of the week. Ty, if Lou, have anything we want to chat about real quick before we get into this week's latest launch?
I like what we did there.
Yep.
No.
Really?
Jay, real quick, did we ever find out what the listener said was the best sports month? Because I feel like we're in it.
I don't think we're in it personally.
Really? Hockey
October?
starting, baseball in the playoffs, NFL on, and college football on, and basketball starting, and soccer, and
college
F1
basketball.
coming down to the wire.
You can't call this the best. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I
April,
don't really think
May,
it's that much of
like
a conversation.
you get playoffs, you got the weather turning, you get championships, you
Cares
get
about the weather
basketball.
turning?
The weather's turning now, Tyler.
Yeah,
That's
You get a
what
nice
fall is.
Saturday. Come on.
Don't go outside. Don't be a loser. Sit in your house and watch TV. Watch sports like a grown-up.
Sorry. Nah, look, I
Sunny
do like
outside.
a good. You're not wrong. I do like a good fall weekend. You go Saturday, 7:30 a.m. Prem, right into college game day, 10 o'clock,
Could not
noon
be me.
kickoff. You know, you can, and then a little playoffs
I mean, it
at
goes all
night.
night. You got the
Yeah,
Hawaii game starting at 11.
yeah, Pac-10. UCLA catching late night L's. Jesus.
I mean, the best part is you got football. What the MAC is on? What, Thursdays or Wednesdays?
Wednesdays
You got
and
Monday night
Thursdays,
football,
baby.
Thursday night football. I mean, you got football every day of the week except for like 2.
I know,
the
but I
NBA
like
on
proper
every day.
football.
And
I like
hockey
proper
and
football.
soccer. F1 coming down to the wire. Baseball's almost over. Thank goodness. I mean,
You didn't say anything about Premier League, Ryan. You need to really
Yeah,
bring
right. You
that
have to get
more
your
to-
Paramount.
Come on.
You gotta get your Paramount Plus stream going so you can watch.
Sorry, I
football.
had to watch a game on Peacock last night.
most
Yeah,
people.
that's-
Jason texted me the month. He said most people commented October.
I just can't.
Most
Look,
people
I
are
get
smart.
it. There's typically candy laying around to go with the beers, like in the games. I get it. It's a good time. Halloween, fall, football. But you get the Masters.
And
Golf is.
okay, the Masters. And
There's no golf on right now. There's no golf. There's no Sunday golf.
There was golf on like last weekend.
Oh, they
Like,
just came out actually. They're moving one of the tournaments, big tournament, to Friday start, Monday finish. Weekend of NFL championship weekend, so that they don't end the tournament during the
when
NFL
nobody's
games.
watching.
Correct. The little Monday finish.
so then you can watch golf while you work on Monday. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. Brilliant.
What a
All right.
stupid sport.
So
Brilliant.
as we wrap up, latest
commercial.
launch. Actually, I think it's a good release week here.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready for this?
Very.
No.
Optic baseball hobby.
Okay.
Origins football.
Okay.
Chronicles UFC.
Interesting.
Chronicles UFC. You've got
Interesting.
Wildcard
Oh.
Mega, Football Mega. You've got some Pokemon. A lot of different Pokemon celebrations. Ty, is that 20th anniversary?
Is it?
Bunch of
Excuse me.
Pokemon celebrations products coming out.
They did the 25th anniversary stuff already. That's over.
Yeah, everyone keeps saying 20th. It's
Yeah.
the 25th anniversary.
Jay said
And it was
20th
last
earlier,
year.
Threw me off.
No, it's this year. It's
Oh,
definitely-
right.
it wasn't-
Yeah, I mean, I meant they already-
it just
I meant they already
feels
did it.
like it feels like everything's been a year, but no, it's the full year.
Yeah, so it's
There's-
Pokemon celebrations.
The Oreos, yo, I heard the Oreos started going crazy on eBay.
Yeah, people were selling. That's so crazy because I went to the supermarket and there was like 100 of them just sitting.
Yeah,
there.
but I think there's very
it's like
rare
Clyde
ones.
Edwards-Helaire
I think there's rare ones.
I don't think there are rare ones. I think
Ty,
just
it's
people
like
being
it's like
crazy.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire Donner Space. brother.
Yeah, remember that guy?
The first one goes for $90, then they go for $4.
Yeah, that was tough.
But UFC Chronicles. Lou,
Okay.
I know, big Chronicles guy. Likes the Chronicles. This is
I've changed my opinion a little bit. I'll say that.
This is what, the third UFC release?
Yep.
And Origins Football. Guess the current sell price online for a box of UFC Chronicles.
The price of a box.
Price of a box. So I'll give you some.
What's retail?
What do you mean?
Like, what does it like cost?
Like, what
In
should
the store.
MSRP be?
Yeah.
I think $140, $150. I think.
Okay, so what details were you gonna give? Because I want to guess. I think I'm gonna get it.
So it's got 6 packs per box,
Okay.
8 cards per pack.
Okay.
It's look for 2 autographs per box. So some of the sets you can find in there are Jumbo Autograph Memorabilia cards and Crown Royal Silhouettes and National Treasures Memorabilia autographs, Chase Rare Silver Prisms and Base Optic Rated Rookies, Base Crusade, Base Flux, Base Contenders Optic Season Ticket, and Base Spectra. Look for more than 20 different base set designs, including Hobby Exclusive Noir, National Treasures, and Gala.
National Treasures
In
Chronicles.
UFC? Is that a new thing, right?
Yeah, it comes out today. It's
No.
never happened before.
Is NT and has never been in Chronicles before?
Yeah.
Chronicles Soccer, I believe. Yeah.
I'm gonna say $750.
Ty, any guesses?
No.
$849.99.
So close. I was gonna say $850.
Are people looking forward to it?
I'm not USC's number one fan, but at $850 a box, I would assume some people are looking forward to it. That's $17.70 a card.
If you get a card that's
High
You
expectations.
think wax is too expensive, right?
What?
You think wax is too expensive?
Not all wax. I think there's some wax that's way too high, and I think there's some wax that's really low.
Do you think
What
850 is
is
a lot
really
too
low?
much for that?
What?
Do you think 850 is too much for that?
Depends on what the resale of the market is, right? Is like an NT McGregor auto in there that's going to sell for $10,000? Then maybe not. But at $850, what can you hit to make your money back? That's what you got to ask yourself, right? Is what is in the box, right? That's why I've bought in Ty. One of the things, I don't think it's low, right? I think it's priced where it should be, but that's why I bought the F1 Sapphire, right? Limited production. You can hit cards in there worth $50,000. Lou, what would a Lewis 101 do? 100,000? I mean, I have no idea.
Way more. I mean, at least 250, I would think.
Right? And you can buy that box for what?
1,500 now. It already got
1,500?
pulled.
I bought 2 of them this weekend.
It got pulled already.
So to be able to pull something like that out of there, right, that justifies it. What's the most expensive card you can hit in an $850 box? I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah.
But is it 5,000? Is it 50,000? Is it 100,000? That's where typically you can find gaps in, box prices is what's the maximum upside and what's the box cost.
It would be a real shame if they stuck some kabooms in there. Real shame.
I got my Neymar gold kaboom. I'm contemplating whether I sell it. I think PSG is a mess. Mbappe's just been running his mouth. Him and Neymar are getting into tiffs left, right, and center.
Are they?
Yeah. It's a mess.
That's so hard to believe that 2 huge.
Mbappe just came out and was like, I tried to leave. They didn't want me to leave.
He said that?
Yeah. It's a mess.
Kind of a bad guy move.
Well, he said he doesn't want an extension, and he wanted them to get their money. So he said, sell me.
Oh, thank you for the charity. You're an 11.
He was being a good guy. Because now he's just going to burn him on the back end.
He's not being a good guy if he's complaining to the media about it.
No, he didn't complain. He just confirmed. He said this was the case. He said, I'm going to give it my all this year, but this is how it went down.
That's like I was having dinner with my grandchildren and someone came up to me at the bar kind of thing, like just confirming.
Yeah, just like I'm letting
Urban
you. Exactly.
Meyer. Urban Meyer vibes.
Should have got out of there.
I didn't do anything. Like shit. Like they just came up to me at the table.
My question was, he led it with like, I went to my family restaurant with my family, and then I'm like, where'd the family go?
Like you left your family so
To hang with
Lou.
Rye.
That's your coach, Rye. Hold on.
No,
for a moment.
He made your program what it is.
Yes, thank you.
He made your program what it is.
University made a major wager.
We should not go down your coach that made your program who it is trail.
We can. We won't,
We
but
don't
we
go
can.
down that path.
We can.
Lou,
We can.
Before the end of 2021, is Urban Meyer still the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars?
No. I don't think so. I think he's leaving like this week. That's like where I'm at right now. I think he's like on his way out the door. I'm not even kidding, right? I think he's like on his way out the door.
Is Urban Meyer leaving the Jacksonville Jaguars before the end of the year?
If I'm a player, I can't. If I'm a player, I can't look at the dude and it's one way or the other. I just don't know his style because you lose all kind of like he's that dude, but he might not have always been that way. Like he might be boys with the players. I don't know if he goes hardo or if he goes I'm one of the boys. Because if you go hardo, it's like yo, like miss me now with this.
Lou, I mean, you are very, very confident.
You think he's out? I'm not sure. I don't think he's out. I don't think USC's like, yeah, just come over here after you were just touching heinies at the bar.
I feel like, why did you say heiny? I feel like they're definitely.
That's what the video showed.
Did you put a little accent on it?
There was a little something on it. I do think that it just seems like all the energy is that he's on his way out. So
I think you want the narrative and storyline.
Do you think he's just not taking it seriously?
I definitely do look.
He's dialed in. He's focused. He had a couple beverages. All right.
Yeah. By the way, like globally, like it is what it is. If his wife's like he needed a night out, like then more power to you. But like the way he was like he just lied and then he was like I apologize to the team. It's like why are you apologizing? Why are you lying? It's just so Urban Meyer. He's so weird.
I think we can end it there.
Trust me, I got to witness it. It's
like he wins games.
Yep.
Not really.
Yeah.
Historically speaking, he wins games.
All right. So we got.
Yep.
What an episode.
We'll see you next week. Yeah, that was fun.
Look at us.
Hey, real quick, Ty, before we log off, possible return, maybe a little, foreshadowing, possible return of Stump the Shot.
Oh, yes. We can leave it there.
Yeah, for the people who are still listening.
But we are bringing it back.
Maybe. Not definitely.
Possibly.
But probably.
Most likely.
More probable than not.
Okay, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Peace.
Bye. Peace.
Goodbye.